how do we change the world? It's like, well, we got to get our head out of our ass before we can even answer that question. We can't have the conversation, how do we change the world, until we address the mentality that's not able to see the solution.
Certainly. Yeah, I think we build up all of these, and we've talked about this before, these ideas of what we have to do and what we should do and who we are, and they're all made up and they're not necessary. And I think it's something that I've sort of been, I don't want to say struggling with, but sort of toying with, is this new idea that I've always been driven in different ways for different reasons. And I've gotten to a point that's been sort of up and down, realizing that I don't need to do as many things or accomplish as many things. And so part of me feels kind of bad, like I should be wanting to do things or like striving towards things. And I still have things I enjoy and do, but because I know that I don't have to, it's been kind of this back and forth where I think today was a day, or yesterday I wasn't like, productive, didn't do all the things that I would have wanted to do, or I don't even know exactly how to explain it. And then today I did more things, but it's just kind of like this back and forth of always being very rigid and structured with things and things that I wanted to do. And I still will keep a to-do list of just to remember if there are certain things that I want to do, because I'll forget if I don't write it down. But I don't know, I find myself sort of going back and forth and almost wanting, like sort of craving that structure to have back into my life, in my, very set morning routine, where some days I don't want that, but then some days maybe it's my ego coming back and being like, you need to be doing this, or you need this. And I know that I don't. So it's been sort of a back and forth. I don't know if you
Oh yeah,
experience
for sure.
similar.
Absolutely. Yeah. And well, I mean, I was more or less raised an army brat, so discipline was a big part of it. I went to an academy for high school where we had uniforms and inspections in the morning, and we had to do all that. And so discipline was a big part of that. And of course, there's work. There's all the stuff that goes with work or learning if you're in school or any of that. So there is a benefit to keeping track of all that, especially if you have a lot to juggle. But then there's the stuff that we add on top of it, like the psychological pressure. Like, if I don't do that, I'm a failure, right? If I don't do that, oh my God, the whole world's going to fall apart. And so we take the task list and we start to actually like project our assumptions onto it. We start to project other things onto that task list that don't necessarily have to be there. So like with everything, it's a balance, right?